Peace and blessings. Happy Friday. Welcome to Team Energy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for self-awareness. Twitch was just coming in. I think they're on the stream as well now. Twitch or Twitch. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I'm new to it. The purple app looks like a Android Messenger icon. But I like the platform. It's pretty decent. Big shout out to my subscribers, my followers, my supporters. Um, Big shout out to the UK, India, the States, Asia, uh, Russia, Germany, Egypt, of course South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. Much love. The dirty South, Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, the US, all of the states. I like y'all down there. I know y'all down there in Texas, Florida. Always supporting my channel. Appreciate the vibes. I appreciate the energy and the love and support. Digital marketing, right? What is digital marketing? How can you get started? How can you start making money online? It's not always easy. I don't always know what to talk about. I don't always really know who my perfect customer is. The thing is, just give yourself some time to figure everything out. And the more you practice, the better you get. That's all I do every day is I practice. And I'm giving myself a little time. Um, Almost a week from now, I'll be reading a letter that I wrote to myself, for myself, as far as having goals and being accountable and just seeing what I want from this, putting my desires and my dreams down on paper and trying to bring it to reality that way. Just thinking about Nipsey Hussle and the verse he said about ocean views. And it was like, uh, he wrote down, he was like, yeah, I wrote it down. I'm walking towards what's in my sights, and all I see is ocean views. Small circle, this is ocean views. I wrote it down, then I followed through. So it's like, yeah, I got the blueprint. It's right here in my hand. I wrote it down. And I see the thing, sticking to it, taking that. It's also about helping you become mindful too, practicing awareness. So journaling was a good thing. My godmother actually told me I should start this. I was in a domestic relationship years ago, just out here, you know, uh, in that mind frame. And I was telling her about some things I was doing, things I was going through, and she was like, "You should help yourself out by journaling." We was basically accountability partners. She was guiding me through that, and like, what you do today, um, have conversations. It wasn't always the easiest conversations either, but um, that's something that really, really helped me out. A lot of great women in my life that was like, and that is like, um, I just get my flowers out. Um, Pedestals, stepping stepping stools and stones, however you want to say, however you want to call it. People that just help me see the best in me and want to bring that out. Help me upgrade, evolve into a better version of me. And these things that they help me with and they equip me with, these things are powerful tools to get through life. Looking from a external point of view, we always like to say what people can do and what people should do, and it's easy to make those assumptions and those predictions because we really don't know. We like to have that power, but when it's us, we don't know what we'll do. And the thing is, it's nice to have somebody that won't judge you like how we do people so much, as far as what we think people should do and be doing and how they should do it. You know, uh, just accepting people as they are, and it's like it takes people like that to be in your life and that come across your path, and also to be on that frequency to vibrate with them to receive this type of information. Like I said, not all conversations are easy to have when it comes to development and accountability. You know, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, and sometimes we beat ourselves up from holding on to those mistakes too long. But I'm here to tell you to let it go. You know, you're not perfect, so don't beat yourself up, man. Just let it go. Give yourself some grace, but do try. You know, change behavior is really the best thing you can do for yourself. Change mindset is the best thing I've been doing for myself. Just learning how to think is a real thing, and it's a serious thing. It's a powerful tool to have. You know, it's easy to get distracted. A weak mind is like a weak link, won't hold steady object uh, together. You know, even with your mind's not intact. Your body won't follow as well. We all desire certain things, but the mind is what's going to keep us focused on those things. Like, I want to be healthy, right? But of course, I'm not living a healthy lifestyle. And to be mindful of that, I have to be really thinking about, like, okay, what I'm doing right now, is this something healthy? Should I be partaking in this? Do I really care about my health? You know, and that's being mindful, and that's practicing mindfulness, and that's being accountable as well. And it's not an easy thing, and it's honorable, nevertheless, though. But it's just, I said that to say this, like, if the mind's not right, everything else won't line up. It's just like the computer, you know, when it got a virus, or like the let me go back to it. Like, without the legs, you really can't walk. Of course, you can do something different. Without the arms, you really can't grab anything. So you need all these pieces, these components to use these things in life, right? I got a lot on my mind. I was thinking about playing this video. I was talking about what I really got going on and what I can share with y'all. I can make some money today, and it'll really break it down as far as the market. And also another video with a friend of mine I met on marketing, digital marketing. We be having some decent conversations, and we is gonna link up later on today. And we got a video out already, but it's on his page. No one to help him push his stuff. He's um, basically was like chopping it up, right? So yeah, we got a video, and I was gonna play it because I was like, damn, I remember the conversation we had every week, and we talk about the same stuff. He just like me. I meet a lot of people like me, which is no coincidence because that's the type of people that I need to deal with. You know, I can deal with myself. I know that I'm complicated and a lot of different things. You know, I'm not the easiest person to approach or to be around. I'm very serious, and I don't know, I'm not like I'm not that playful type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm different, right? But I'm cool. I accept myself as I am. I always been like that. I came in this world knowing that, you know, I'm different. I'm gonna have a different journey. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna maybe endure it on my own. But nevertheless, I like to acknowledge people and really get to know people because I'm a people's person. And I like to meet the people that's just like me, you know, experiencing life the same as me. Not always fitting in with the crowd, not always even knowing your crowd, but knowing what you know and knowing that you're meant for something different, for something greater than what the world is trying to offer you. And it's just like, you're going to be looked at different because you want different. You are different. And it's, and the world will make you feel like whatever, right? Because you're not fitting in. It's like social compliance. You don't get that. You're the one that don't want to like to the black sheep. But it's really you just going what you feel is best. You know, you traveling your own lane. What works for you, works for you. What's good for the goose and good for the gander, what they say. And it's just like You got to be firm, knowing your direction. That's where your blessings lie. It's not always comfortable with going on your own path. But along that journey, you'll meet people that's similar as you and that's either already there or want to help you get there. Like this person I was just talking about is helping you get there. We're helping each other get there. And then a lot of other people that, we embark on different projects, we collaborate. And that's what it's about, collaborating, helping each other get there. And that's why people collaborate. It's just a give situation. It's a blessing that keeps blessing. If you want to get to know me, I'm a friendly guy. We could be friends, get to know each other. And that's how I do with people. And it's just like, that's the type of vibes I think about. I try to be mindful of the energy I'm putting out and not let people get to me, not let things get to me, not let places get to me. Because these three things do play different roles in my life. You be in a place that's not helping you grow, but you're comfortable there because you're scared of survival alone, somewhere different, somewhere unknown. You be comfortable around people because you are people pleasing, or you are afraid to meet people because you've been hurt by people. But you're not growing. And also the things you could be addicted to social media, not spending enough time on getting the education you need, or taking care of your health, or looking after your kids, or whatever the case may be, so on and so forth. The thing is, like, just being mindful, being accountable, it takes you so far. It can take you real far. It's not easy. But having accountability partners and being mindful that you put your best effort in, and that's all that it takes, and that's all that's required. Success is just about that mindset. That's why I was just breaking it down in so many ways, because when you think about it, you really start thinking about it, and it really becomes important. It becomes a part of who you are. It's just not something that you are interested in. Where your mind goes, the energy goes, and the attention goes, and it is in a certain way, but nevertheless, you end up in a certain destination in a certain place, and you manifest that as your reality, that place that you end up being. That's what comes from it, and it becomes who you are. It becomes your DNA. The more you experience these things, the more you focus on these things, the more you bring it into your manifestation. Just like, somebody, people with addictions, right? They focus on those addictions so much. That's who that they become. They become that thing. They can't find it. They're gonna try to. If it's not coming to them, they're gonna find it basically. And it's with anything and everything, with everybody. But you can break these DNA codes. You can break this way of thinking. You can always change. Change is inevitable. And change is constant. I was just thinking about that. I had a good day yesterday, but I ended kind of sad, crying. I was thinking about, like, man, life keeps going, even when we're still moving. Life is motion, constant motion. But in this form, in this physical form, some people, they're transition. And I was thinking about different people that transitioned, and it was like, damn, I'm still here. And I was thinking about, like, how that affects me, and that's why mental health is important. Because, and why I'm talking about this, because it's like the way that I was dealing with grief and the way I was grieving was, I had to realize that it wasn't a healthy way. So I was like, just staying busy not to think about it, because it's a lot on me. And I don't, who wants to be sad, right? Who wants to not be able to engage in life and just carry on? Not to say like, oh, well, I'm moving on, like a bad relationship or something. It's about honoring people, honoring places, honoring things, and being able to still exist, knowing that you're doing your best and that you're honoring people in the right way, and that you're dealing with stuff the right way too. Certain things that really shape your reality, and that's just what it is. A lot of people suffer in silence because they think that what they feel doesn't matter, or they don't know how to internalize what's going on, how they feel, and display their emotions the correct way, which is impulsiveness and emotional intelligence, if you know how to display control over your emotions, and not being closer to allow these things to dictate who you are and what experiences you have in life. But nevertheless, I'm about to put some positive vibes in the timeline. I live a rough life. I'm a rough guy. But I'm happy at the end of the day. Like, I pursue happiness. And that's how I end up with this. Like, I'm giving myself a chance. I'm happy with what I've been learning. I'm happy with my progress. And I celebrate the small things each day. Like, just give myself this moment right now to do what I'm doing. I'm giving myself a chance. And it's a small win for me. No matter what it looks like to other people, this is a win for me. Showing up to work. My work is different than others. But, I'm not comparing what I do to other people. It's just about, like, it could be easy to not do anything and be complacent and just be like, well, I didn't go viral today, so fuck it. Or nobody liked my videos, or I didn't get sale, or, all that like negative shit that can really play on you, because sometimes that may be a reality for somebody. And also, you deal with things that you deal with. You live life. You're a human being. Like I was telling you, I've been dealing with deaths, been dealing with a lot of things, but that particular thing was weighing on me as who I am and how I engage with life. So yeah, that's why I was bringing it up. But it's just about knowing that it's all right, to have those moments, and I don't have to rush through them. I don't have to stay there either. But I do have to acknowledge things and just figure out where I'm at with it. Because like I say, I'm living in constant motion, constantly thinking about different things, constantly having different experiences, whether I want them or not. And that was an experience that I didn't want, but I dealt with it. And it just made me think about, like, I'm grateful that I'm still here, because I could be gone as well. Anybody could be gone at any time. And what you do with your time matters. A lot of people take this for granted, but this is my daily bread. Thank God for this day. This is my present. Even though I haven't took a nap or whatever, I just feel confident that this is my moment and this is what I should be doing. So this is what I am doing. Also, like I said, I'm gonna share the word with you guys, because this is what I do now. This is what I haven't been doing before. I don't really go to church. I don't like being around people who don't know God for themselves. And if we don't know the same God, I don't want to know or believe in anything that she's dealing with. I don't want to partake. I'm good. And wherever you are and you're talking about Jesus, we have God right there with us. We're having church. If you guys want to discuss Jesus with me, get to know Jesus with me, this is how I get to know Jesus. By reading this book and being a reference books from the Bible that I can read from. I've been to church my whole life. I'm a preacher's kid. Um, my dad, his dad, um, started a church. Bethlehem was the name of the church. And when my grandfather had basically took it and started the congregation, he changed it into New Bethlehem, New Star Bethlehem, actually. And I never met him, but this is the stories I hear about him. The things that's good about him, because nobody is perfect or whatever, but the good things that I want to take from him, because I could choose to feel how I want to feel, think how I want to think, but this is who I am and this is what I do. I take the good from people, and if I can't find anything good, I just subtract myself, because what are we doing? Not being unequally yoked. That's what I learned from the Bible, not to be just jumping in everybody's situation, because everything ain't for you. Some things are for you. Sometimes you miss your blessings, not paying attention. The universe always waiting to give to you. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a bit. It's just like, I just like to read this word. I know the word for myself. I don't know the Bible like that, but I know, like, the only way somebody to know God if they never met God is through me and how I am. You know, if you see the God in me and that you desire to be like, oh, I want to know who that is, right? Because I see something different in you. I feel something different. That's who God is. Man. Light being, love is kind, patient, knows no hurt, harm, holds no grudges. You know, it's an action, a constant thing. And I try to just love on myself first and then learn how to love on other people. But I don't mean I have to deal with any and everybody because some people don't love on themselves and you can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody love themselves. You know, you can only treat people right and you can only respect people and love on yourself because it starts with self first. That's why people they'll try to run over you, but you show people how to treat you by how you treat yourself, you know. If I see you buying jewelry all the time, then I know to buy you some jewelry. If I see you, you know, certain things like that, but you get to know people like that over time. And I just get to know Christ like this over time by reading the word, spending time in meditation, and just being grateful, you know. You know, be grateful, man, because it's a lot to be grateful for. Like I said, a lot of people don't wake up. I showed a video earlier about the drugs, and it's cool, it's fun, but the way to cope ain't run into those things, you know, because those things waiting to take us out. The industry, the people that put the stuff out there, they don't always have your best interests in mind. Everybody want a quick buck. Everybody looking for a come up. It's a doggy dog world, you know, crabs in the bucket. And it's everywhere. It's not just the cities, it's the suburbs, it's wherever, right? All over the globe. The same things happen. They're just not being talked about or they're not being shown. It is what it is, though. But don't think that you're exempt from any of this because it's happening to a lot of people. I just say that, and I'm just be grateful that I'm still here. You know, I'm healthy. I'm in my right mind, and I'm able to seek knowledge. You know, and I desire to do so. So, nevertheless, today is August the 15th. This year is going by fast. I've been doing a lot of research. I've been like doing a lot of work. Well, at least trying. But man, I'm just ready for it, ready for everything, you know, what the world has to offer me. What I've been receiving so far as the downloads, the things that come to me that comes along with my passions that I pursue, like with these NFT, the crypto tokens I've been creating. Like I never thought about these things. Of course, I talk about it a lot now because I've been embarking on pursuing my art, and this is what's been coming to me with the art, my digital art as well. You know, I never even saw these things. Like I never even imagined, and it's like God will bless you beyond you can even imagine. Things you won't even be thinking about, and he'll be like, try this, try that, and you'd be like, dang, you'd be like, wow, you know, baffled, like this for me, I can do it. And yeah, it's crazy, man. It's wild, you know. It just adds up, you know, like my life. It then adds make sense, and I'm doing this for my legacy. Just want to leave something great behind, and also experience something great in the meantime. So that's why I'm grateful, you know. Whether I succeed or fail, I'm giving myself a chance, and that's all it is about getting started on these things. I decided this year I was going to spend time with Christ, getting to know Christ, and sharing my journey with people. And um, since I got started doing it, I've been having a lot of good things happen in my life, bad as well. But overall, I don't regret what I do and why I do it. And let's see what you guys can get from this word today. I am the God of all time, and that is, I am the God of all time, and all that is. Seek me not only in the morning quietness, but constantly throughout the day. Do not let unexpected problems distract you from my presence. Instead, talk with me about everything. and watch constantly to see what I should do. Adversity need not interrupt your communion with you. When things go wrong, you tend to react as if you're being punished. Instead of this negative response, try to view difficulties as a blessing in disguise. Make me your refuge by pouring out your heart into me, trusting in me at all times. And this comes from Psalms chapter 55, verse 17. Also Psalms chapter 32, verse 6. And then once again from the book of Psalms chapter 62, verse 8. So I didn't pre-read this, but it basically was just summing up what I was saying. The Holy Spirit will sometimes get in you. The universe is use people to speak to you. If you're open to listening, whether it be the signs, the symbols, people, places, things, when a divine message hits you. And this here was a divine message for me. Um, it's like the devil always want to take it away right away. Like I can't remember what I just read, and I'm being honest. And it's frustrating, really though. But I don't feel like a victim. I feel like a conqueror because I gave myself a chance to read it, and I put these videos out. I record these videos so I can hear it as well for myself. That's why I wanted to play this video because I usually do what I'm doing now. And the way that things have been going as far as the bad things, they've been taking my videos down. They only get 1 month of, after a month, I'm saving videos from last month. And I've been doing this for the past like 4 months, just so I can have some videos to put out because in the midst of doing that, I lost my TikTok and I had like 500 some videos on there. And it was like, damn, that was a lot of work, and I barely got a few of those videos that I can still remember and see and share because I was saving them for whatever reason. That's what I'm doing with these now. I'm saving them because now I know like that can happen, anything can happen, and it really kind of like made me feel away. Um, I got demonetized, and they took my account down on TikTok. So I'm like, damn, what happened? Only thing I've been doing was just sharing prayer. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna make another account because I feel like it would be a waste of time. They sending me emails a lot. It's kind of like a laugh on my face. But I'm gonna let it go for now. I might do something about it. But whatever, right? It was an experience. I look at it like that, like whatever, right? It was a thing that could have stopped me from moving forward. Especially when I'm making money off of it, like I make money off of Facebook, and I'm trying to get to the point where I start making money off of YouTube, get money off of Instagram, but I'm barely on there like that. And it is no, I don't. They I first got started on Instagram where I was basically about to get monetized, and then Facebook was like, "You wanna, what I'm saying, make money over here?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I was doing what I was doing for free on Instagram, getting likes and getting money. So I was like, "Fuck that," I let that shit go. Um, Started making money on Facebook, still making money on Facebook, but now it's like I'm putting a little bit more effort back into my Instagram and also more into it in my YouTube because that's what my desire and my goal was for this year was to grow my YouTube, and that's what I'm doing. So that's where I'll be at majority of the time. Majority of my videos scheduled to drop over there. So I've been really working. Like I said, I got videos scheduled to drop all the way into the end of January, and a few ready for February if I want to schedule them. But hey, I'm busy now, and I might schedule. It's fun though, When you having fun, you don't look at it as work. Like with all this art that I've been creating, it's like, man, I got almost 100 um, pictures, paintings, and digital art, NFTs. It's crazy. It's like wow, and I'm still thinking about the word that I just read. You know, that's how the devil works. Always a constant battle of the mind. And God was like, Adversity need not to interrupt your communion with me when things go wrong. You tend to react as if you're being punished. Instead of this negative response, try to view difficulties as blessings in disguise. And that's what I've been trying to do because I've been going through it. And problems, enjoying peace in his presence, the God that is and the God that will always be present, omnipresent, reading, speaking to me through a book. And I was like, you know what? Let me get busy. But what I was doing as far as breathing, I was like just being busy, and the way I was doing certain things was not helpful to my career. Let's say the way that I should be progressing, I was kind of at a standstill for like two months. It was ugly, but it is what it is, you know. Mental health. So spend time getting my mind right, and then just spending time with Christ, you know, because that's the only way. Ask my Creator when we talk, and just speak to me. So you gotta spend time listening as well. A lot of times we just want to talk, because we know how to put words together, which is not, yeah, it's not meaningful if you don't know how to really converse. If you don't really know how to listen, it's more important to listen more than to speak. So you have two ears. You should listen twice as much as you speak because people are always speaking in different ways, not always verbally. And you're not aware that you'll miss the conversation, you'll miss the message. So I spend time trying to hear how God's speaking to me. And always speak to me through the book. Speak to me a lot of different ways. How we communicate is the way that I know, how we communicate. Whether through meditation, um, songs, signs. Uh, I don't really know all the words. I'm not really that savvy in a lot of words like that. But basically, like, it'll be divine moments of time where you hear or you see or you feel, and you just know it's something that aligns with your future, and it gives you clarity. It's about that clarity. Without a doubt, it's divine. The universe is giving this information to you. Only way to hear it is to quiet your mind. You know, not to be out here distracted with the world and the noise, the things that's not really helpful to your growth. Because you have to feed yourself spiritually, and this is how I feed myself spiritually. It takes a little bit of time out the day, but it's necessary nevertheless. Just like you'll spend a little time eating food or drinking some water, it's the same as getting mentally, spiritually fed with things that really matter. But not to be deceived, because there are two spirits in this world. There's good spirits and bad spirits. And they always out there, constantly, trying to get your attention. It's a battle of the mind. These bad, these evil spirits are really just a lower vibration of yourself. We all are sinners. And we all are capable of committing any sin at any time, depending on where your mind frame is. And how emotionally intelligent you is to allow certain situations to trigger you if you know you're triggered. And this is how psychology and all a part of mental health. Um, it's just about like taking it one day at a time, being accountable. I'm gonna say that a lot because that's really important. But that's how I get to know Christ, hear Christ, be able to have my guidance, to be where I am today, and to try to get where I'm trying to go because it's a constant battle of the mind. Being distracted with a lot of shit, like I'll be on here and somebody will be, whether intentionally or unintentionally, they want to call my phone or different little shit I deal with, but I just talk to Christ. I'm like, let me just let all that go so I can flow naturally and be able to deal with certain things. Like I just told you guys, like I don't always know what to talk about, but I've been sitting here talking for 30 minutes. And I still haven't played the video, but it's just like, God has just moved on autopilot for you. I'm like, man, let's get this done. I got you. And it's going to hit to who it needs to hit. And I don't worry about that. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and it's showing up. And everything else just aligns for myself and my future self. Like I've been putting myself in position to level up every year. I started off in 2022 struggling, not knowing what I was going to do and how to do it. I had accessories. I lost that. I was selling that. It was fun. It was nice. And I might get that back. But everything else that I have now, I never seen it coming. And the things that I have even now, like with the digital marketing, I didn't think about digital marketing. It's a blessing in disguise. This auto bot I got for if you want to create auto content, I don't even really use it, but I got it. And it's like, I figured out how to create my own software. Now I use that as my auto buy, which is even way better. It's crazy. And I ain't even have got myself a chance to use it yet. And it's only $27. So it's like these little small investments with major keys of growth and development, especially with myself and teenagers. Um, Learning so much, and it's been a little while. It's coming on 1 year. I'm just excited on what's to come next because it's always about raising the bar, right? Being uncomfortable doing this the whole time. And it's not easy, like I said. Like, it's times where I just might want to quit, but I don't focus on those things. See my little picture in the back. Like, I got a lot of shit, though. Like, so I don't even have to worry about that no more. I used to in the beginning. Like, I don't know what type of content to create. I don't know what to talk about. But I've been adjusting though, like I've been learning a lot. People want to hear it, sometimes they don't, but at the end of the day, it's like, shit, you miss out. Miss out. Like, people don't want to hear, but I get wise counsel. And then once they go against my counsel, they want to come back and ask for counsel. Like, get the fuck on now. Shit, you didn't want to hear me then. I don't want to hear this shit now. The fuck? But people is people. You have a little mercy with them, a little grace. People like to do dumb shit, and that's just what the world do nowadays. They run around doing dumb shit out there. I think it's cool. That's why so much to be entertained by on social media, on TV. A lot of dumb shit going on. But you could be a part of what you want to be a part of. You could choose your experiences each day. We all have the same 24 hours of the day. Like I said, what you focus on is what you become. Becomes a part of your DNA. You start to need that thing. You want more of it. Need it. Thing. I want it. And it could be many things. It is many things. Or it could be just one thing. To each his own. If you want to experience making money online, join my exclusive community. Comment ready. I send you a free blueprint. Um, Links in the bio as well. TeamAngieLLC.com. You put your email in the link. That's my artwork as well. The NFT I'm working on. The bunny. I showed y'all before already. If not, I'm about to probably load it up in the background. Check this video out because the same bunny is the same bunny I've been reusing. And that's what's dope about my art, right? Like, I created this shit and I done reused it so many times and I put it available. I was just checking out the time, 5:55. I'm not sure what that means to me at the moment. But nevertheless, um, it's like, wow. I didn't even think that I could even do so much with it because last year I wanted to sell my art, but for some reason it didn't happen. But that was the best thing, like what I was reading in the book, like, sometimes shit don't work out. And don't look at it as you being a victim or you being punished. Like, because God said, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. And if I was to get rid of my art then, I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing with it now. Like, one of my pieces, I'm so salty about it, they got here and every time, like, I go ask about it. But the best thing about that, like I took a picture of it. So if you out there making money off my artwork, whatever, kudos. Or if you just got it, you admire it so much, that's fine as well. But I admire my stuff too, right? That I created it. But anyway, I made this Daffy Duck with a Marvin and Martian. It was like some powder blue, green sparkles. It was dope. Like, one of my best pieces. And I put it in the dispensary. I was like, can you hang up my art? And they was like, because I got, it's in my little, what is it? It's in my little bag, but I got like a little stamper, right, with my information on it. I stamp my website and my name and all that shit. Basically, it's like a business card, but it's stamped sticker. Like, if I put it on an envelope, boom, stamp it. Put it on your door, stamp it. Your shirt, stamp it. It's one of those with logo and stuff on it. I had it custom made. But anyway, I stamped it. I stamped it. I stamped my art. And I was like, shit, whoever see it, they like it, they know how to get in touch. Check out my website or whatever. I go up there, the painting's gone. Damn, I'm painting that. Nobody synced it. Dude never been there, the one who got the art up in there. So I'm like, man, he took my picture home. It's somewhere else. Or he sold it. But I haven't synced it online either. So I'm thinking wherever it's set it's put up good. But I'm like, man, that's a lesson learned. I got another painting too in another dispensary, but they got it hanging up. So I'm like, why y'all can do the same? But anyway, I got my art in dispensaries out here, so that is good. But I almost got rid of like 50 some paintings getting ready to sell them, which I am going to sell them, but it wasn't time to sell them. It was basically God having a plan for me, and I didn't see it at the time because it wasn't for me to see at the time. I had other things I was seeing that I was focused on that I wouldn't been able to see what I'm seeing now because it would have been a distraction to what I had to get through at that time. And God has a plan, and everything is for a purpose. So, like, that victim mentality, it gives you more of that victim mentality. The experiences you're going to have to be a victim because that's what you're focusing on. You don't have no faith in God. You just believe that there's somebody out there with magical powers and do some desirable things for you and you feel like it or whatever, right? You know how finicky people be with relationships. This is something that's real. You have a finicky relationship with God, you're gonna have finicky experiences. But God loves you. And He's waiting for you, Jesus, bro. He's waiting for you, you know, for you to express your concerns that you got going on. You don't have to look any kind of way to come to Christ. You be surprised. You can judge me however you want to, but I know where I'm headed. And I know I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be. I know people be trying. I have the same. I let Christ do the thing. And if He tell me to do it, I do it. Because it's a time for everything. So I have to be what I have to be when it's time. And that's just what it is. And it's not always easy, but it's simple. You act. It's crunch time. It's go time. Time to get activated. It's time to start moving. It's nothing like the present. This present moment. Don't sleep on yourself, man. Don't don't sit around too long because sometimes you miss that momentum. When things are rolling, you can hop right in and get the rolling with it. Everybody have a lucky day. You got to show up to your lucky day. My lucky day was when I was like, all right, I'm gonna go find something for 10 minutes now that I'm free and clear because I was in the room. And boom, on my lap, they check this out, my loving brother. And that was a blessing. It's like you got to be aligned with certain things. I was always focused on in the back of my mind, like I want to work on team manager, I want to grow my company. It wasn't nothing to brag about. It's something that I wanted for myself to have a secure source of income because I had already been messing up my life living a certain lifestyle, and it was getting hard to have a secure source of income. And it was like, damn. And I was seeing what a lot of people my age was doing, my peers, in similar situations. Not happy, still not happy, you know. And that's why I was like, I need to do something different, so I can give my people something to be able to have something and see something different. A lot of people last year when I started this, they're like, "Oh, what you doing?" Now they was like, "Why you don't do something different? Like, if you making money with that, they worried about my income. You know what I'm saying? They worried about how much I got, what I got. Worried about what I'm spending, what I'm not spending. And I mean, I can spend it if I want to, right? Like, I'll show y'all my account from time to time, and I'll be showing y'all my Robinhood and the money sitting in there. Like, if I want to spend it, I'll spend it. Shit. But my money is working like I'm working. I don't have to. My money don't have to impress me. I don't have to impress nobody, and that's how I feel about it. That's how I go about it. That's how I have something, and that's how I create value. That's creating more value for me, and it's just a tool. It ain't everything. Like with the company, I'm upgrading in value with different products and services that's worth something. If I sell it a whole to somebody who know what to do with it, they can prosper with it because they see the value and the potential that they can do. Same as with me and what I'm doing and the potential that I see and the direction that I'm headed in. So it's like, if I don't take a chance, then I won't have an experience. I'll still be wishing and waiting on that one day that'll never come. You'll never have a perfect day. You'll never be perfect enough to want to come to Christ. You're gonna always be flawed. You'll never be. You'll never be ready. Never be. And the sad thing about that is, we get so big with our egos. We think like, oh, I'll be ready one day to be perfect, to come to Christ. You can wait, and then that day be the day you meet face to face. Like, damn, what happened? Like, even those wake up calls, like my wake up call, they have a wake up call. Luckily, I had more than one. Not everybody get that, and everything is not true. Live by the gun, die by the gun. People be shot just for walking around the wrong street. They have a weapon in their life. Things happen. You just got to be grateful. Like I said, that things don't happen to us. It's not happening to us. So that's why it's about the mindset, because the world always saying this, the world always saying that, but what's really true at the end of the day? Because those are those people's experiences. That's their truth. That doesn't mean that that's your truth, because it's not your experience. What you experience is your truth. So it's like, why should I even listen to certain things that's not my truth, right? That don't align with who I truly am or who I truly desire to be. But if I never get started on working on myself, I'll never even be that person. And I'll be a fraud myself, right? Because to want something, to want to be someone, to live a certain lifestyle, and not to do it, I don't get it. I posted too just a bit ago, like, um, what do our winners have in common? And I'll show you how you're a winner too right now. Simple little activity you can do. Take a pen and paper or do it on your phone or your notepad. If you could write down 5 things that was really difficult just this year alone, that you was like, man, I don't know how to get through this. You can write 5 things down that you done got through. Shit, every successful hero had that same situation. Like, how am I going to do this? They kept going. Same way that you need to keep going. You'll see yourself overcoming more things. You'll be laughing at it, right? Like, man, I thought I'd never be able to overcome certain things. I look at this shit like, why was I stressing about it? Why did I do certain things? start certain habits, like with drugs, smoking, stuff like that. Like I played a video about that too because you gotta be careful, man, about being healthy. The body is the temple, and we should take care of it. We take ourselves out more than we should, more than we know, indulging in pleasures because, like, let me take that back. Like myself, afraid to deal with certain things that just too much mentally, and instead of dealing with it, go deal with something else. Well, go pick up something else to take off the mind or whatever. But just be mindful of these vices, these things out here. These industries, they don't care what they do to get rich. They don't care about your health, your spirituality, your protection, your peace. They don't care about none of that. You're not helping them profit, you ain't nothing. That's why all this stuff going on in the world, the floods, the water system, the food. You gotta be careful nowadays. Really trying to get us out. It really is. And it's just I'm just saying. But yeah, it's got this video how you can make money online. I'm explaining it to you in a video. NFTs, what to do with the stocks, how to create the art that I've been creating, how to purchase it, because that's what's important, right? Y'all know how to buy shit online. If you really want to purchase it, you do it. I'm not tripping about that shit. But it's simple, right? You know how to purchase some shit online, but I'll show you where to purchase it at. Check this out. And I got a few different websites, but majority of the one that I really stick to is teamangielc.com because that's where you get your blueprint. And I send out newsletters with everything you need to know and everything that you can get embarking on as far as making money online and or mental health awareness. If you're looking for tips and tools to manage stress and anxiety, I got a blog for you. And I create basically like a few times throughout the week. I got so much already in that catalog. You could just go through it, plenty of tips and tools in there. Or you could subscribe to my Facebook page where I have endless content, do-it-yourself tools, education, home stuff, garden stuff, art stuff, everything. And that's only for $1 for now. I might up the price. But I try to make everything affordable because I'm not greedy. Like, I make money, I don't care about that shit. And I don't care about spending this shit because, what it's for. Put it in the right place. But yeah, I don't care about that shit. That's why it is cheap right now. And I got all this other stuff going on to make up for that. And if I lose that, well, like I do on my TikTok, like, I can't control this shit. But I just do what I can with it while I can, while I have the opportunity. And I make the most of it. Like anybody can. If you want to monetize your shit, you got to get busy. There's a lot of people online. Like, motherfucker might not see your shit. You see how much I be on here. Y'all see my shit, but it ain't where I want it to be, though. And that's because I'm working on other things behind the scenes. And that stuff takes time. And I don't always have the time to create what it is. But shit, it is what it is. I do as much as I can. Getting the shit done, regardless. And I got a lot of shit. I'll be having fun with myself. That's how I was able to create so much. And if I don't create anything else for the rest of the life, I just work on marketing that, focus on that, and do something else. But the marathon continues. You don't know what's at the end of the road. You won't receive no trophy if you don't finish. And you can't be like, oh, I tried. That shit don't matter. You didn't finish, you don't get nothing. First place is for a reason. They push to the limit. They pushed it to the limit. They deserve that first place prize. Second place is for a reason. They didn't put as much as the first place. And, it is what it is, right? You want some shit, you go for it, and you go until you finish. But yeah, I'm going to post this video real quick. I check it out and learn what you got to learn. I'll be breaking it down. And it really ain't complicated. It don't take a whole lot. just take a little bit of time and learn and figure it out. That's all I've been doing my time, is figuring shit out. And it takes time to figure stuff out, though, you know. All right, here we go. Peace and blessings. Happy Friday. Day is just about over with. 10:10. So let me know I'm on track or whatever, whatnot. You can stitch it some. My last video. So if you was able to check out trying something new, trying something different. On your dreams, you know, don't give up on yourself. And with that being said, I'm gonna try to check out. But retype the guys actually. For those of you looking to capitalize a major off of and coming to the next year with some money in a new financial situation, this is advice for you, and also for you to take action with this. Going on art, if you are artist or you just like art, you want to check these. Also, if you want to be a content creator, you want to monetize your account, you don't really know how to invest in a create content for you, or get you in the game, or get you